It just got very real as multiple new reports have dropped surrounding Myles Turner and the Los Angeles Lakers, and things are starting to heat up surrounding those two, as the Lakers are now heavy favorites to land the Pacers. Big man, we're going to break down those reports and discuss what this means going forward as the Lakers prepare for something big. But before we get into it, a quick reminder, if you're a part of the percentage who aren't subscribed to the channel, this is the place to be for daily Lakers content. About 80% of you who are watching aren't subscribed. And again, if you guys are enjoying the daily content, the trade deadline is just around the corner. Going to be uploading multiple times a day. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. But ladies and gentlemen, there's a ton to go over today. And the Lakers, I had a video on it yesterday surrounding Myles Turner. They are now heavy favorites to land Myles Turner. And things got a little bit more real than they were 24 hours ago. And let's dive right into the report here. You can see per Bovada official, the Lakers are a minus 120 to acquire Myles Turner. Now, we have some other new reports as well to go over and how things have started to escalate there. But I mean, surrounding Myles Turner, we knew yesterday from Jovan Buha, from a bunch of different guys, that the Lakers are very involved in Myles Turner. They've made calls about him internally. They've held multiple internal discussions about acquiring Myles Turner at this deadline. And now the betting odds reflect that. Again, minus 120 for the Lakers, and the Kings are plus 325. I don't think any other team really has the direct need as much as the Los Angeles Lakers do for Myles Turner. And that's being reflected in these odds here. Now, obviously, Myles Turner would be a fantastic acquisition for this team. And there's been multiple different reports surrounding whether or not it would take 1 first-round pick, 2 first-round picks. You can see the Mavericks up here as well. They'd be able to probably put a framework or a package together surrounding, of course, Daniel Gafford, and 2 first are picking a swap. Maybe the Lakers offer a first-round pick and a swap as well, depending on how things go there. But either way, the Lakers at this point are favorites to land Myles Turner. I think for a lot of Lakers fans, it's starting to get a little bit real. And we had a new report and writer article, an article from a writer, dropped saying the Los Angeles Lakers have been linked with a string of big men in recent weeks. Additional center depth is a genuine area of need. Christian Wood and Jackson Hayes are yet to show the reliable options for a deep playoff run. As such, the Lakers may need to look at the trade market to upgrade their depth. Myles Turner has consistently been cited as the potential target. His perimeter game and his high-level rim protection would fit perfectly next to Anthony Davis and LeBron James. As such, Lakers may need to look at the trade market to upgrade their big man depth. Again, he's been their potential target, And in a recent article for ESPN, Bobby Marks laid out a 3-team deal that could send Turner to LA, and the trade proposal looks something like this. Now, the trade proposal is very interesting. Let me know down below, would you do this deal? And it is, of course, Myles Turner for Rui Hachimura, a 2029 first-round pick, and a 2029 second-round pick. So basically, it's Myles Turner for Rui Hachimura in a first. I don't think this necessarily gets it done. You have the Raptors taking in salary and getting a second-round pick in exchange. They're, of course, getting Lakers' former first-round pick, Jalen Hood-Schifino, in exchange for, taking on that salary. And it becomes now very interesting because you start to think about what A, Myles Turner would take, and B, if there's a lot of these teams that are, in talks for his services, whether that be LA, whether that be, the Kings, the Mavericks, the Warriors, the Heat, you would assume some sort of bidding war will be happening because, Myles Turner is the best available option on the market aside from maybe Walker Kessler, but all reports are indicating that, Walker Kessler is going to cost a ton. Now, if you're the Lakers, would you do, let's say, Rui Hachimura and 2 first-round picks? There's been different discourse online about whether or not that would be worth it. I think from the Lakers' perspective, you have to either decide to go all in with this core and over the next season and 2, that you have LeBron James on the team and AD healthy and in his prime, that you'd be able to actually win it. That would be an okay. You then start to be able to kind of understand why they may or may not push all their chips into the table. Now, whether Myles Turner is the actual answer to their problems is still up in the air. That being said, he is about as good of a fit as you could have asked for this team. There's certainly a risk. You can see here, risk and reward with acquiring Turner. Bobby Marks explained the risk comes to the Lakers having 1 future first-round pick to trade. Turner is also a pending free agent and could leave this summer, but the reward is Turner can complement Davis. Turner is shooting a career high. Also, I think they have 2 first-round picks. They're 2029 and they're 2031. So I think Bobby Marks was wrong on that. But either way, Turner has played 42 games this season. The 28-year-old is averaging 15, 6, and then 2 blocks a game. I covered it in the video yesterday. He's been a fantastic stretch 5 his entire career, but this season he's shooting even better from 3 than he ever has, and his efficiency has taken a hit a little bit. But at the end of the day, he has been a very, very good, player. And again, as you compare him to Walker Kessler, you can see Walker Kessler's stats here, and I did this in yesterday's video as well. The reason is, if you're going to give up 2 first-round picks, the only players available that you'd give up those picks for are, of course, Walker Kessler and Myles Turner. And Walker Kessler is averaging 11, 11, and 2.5 blocks a game. he is a better defender and a better rebounder, but he can't space the floor. So if you're having him in, and we know JJ Redick has been clamoring, and even Anthony Davis and LeBron themselves have been clamoring for them to get another big man, because AD obviously prefers to play the 4. Now, if you have Myles Turner can play he'd play the 5. You have Anthony Davis playing the 4. And then now you have a guy in Myles Turner who can stretch the floor. You have AD who can stretch the floor. LeBron, everybody can shoot the ball, which will make opposing defenses really question what they can actually do to stop it. Again here, Davis in the January 24th interview with Sham said, I think we need another big. I feel like I've always wanted to be, at the 4, and that he's at his best when he's been at the 4, having a big out there. We know it worked when we won a championship with JaVale and Dwight Howard at the 5, and I'm at the 4. Davis is at his best when playing next to another center. He was partnered with Dwight Howard the last time they won a championship. By having another center on the floor, Davis can be more aggressive on both sides of the court. The additional size would also limit opposing teams' success around the rim. And again, you think about back when they won their championship in the bubble with JaVale McGee and all these different things. If you had Myles Turner, he's a much better player than JaVale McGee ever was. No disrespect to JaVale McGee, but Myles Turner then would allow him to, again, he's a great rim protector as well. It's not like Myles Turner is a one-dimensional player. He'd be able to protect the rim, and not only protect the rim, but shoot the ball extremely well. So Davis can work his post game. You can have pick and rolls with LeBron and AD. You can have pick and rolls with LeBron and Myles Turner, because Myles Turner provides that spacing. And it's the reason the Lakers are the favorites here. It makes all the sense in the world, and it's really starting to get real for the Lakers if they can actually pull this off. Now, we think back to last trade deadline with DeJounte Murray. The Lakers were heavy favorites to land DeJounte Murray, and they ultimately didn't. So take the odds with a grain of salt, but I do ultimately think that he will end up a Los Angeles Laker if Myles Turner gets traded. There's a world where the Pacers end up keeping him, but I think in any dimension where they actually trade him, the Lakers make the most sense. And I wouldn't be surprised if they give up their 2031 first-round pick as well. I just think it would make the most sense. I think both of their picks is probably what's going to have to be put on the table, and I wouldn't be surprised if Rob Pelinka, especially with the pressure that AD has put on the front office, that they'd go all in here. And some other interesting note from Wokey here. Lakers players are realistic about the numbers they need. The lack of options and the expensive costs. Still, they know for the team to love up, they only optics, creativity, and a tight market will be crucial. Sounds like Rob has to get creative and maybe bring another team in if he truly wants to upgrade their roster. So it's interesting. And the first sentence here is the most important. Lakers players are realistic about the number of needs, the lack of options, and the expensive costs of any players at the trade deadline. And again, the second sentence, still, they know for the team to love up, they own. That sentence is absolutely broken, but you get the premise of what he's trying to say here. Essentially, basically saying to get a good player at this point, it's going to cost a lot, and then they're going to have to give up some of their picks. So everybody who's lobbying for a trade takes two to make a deal here. It's going to be interesting to see. But let me know down below what your thoughts are on this. A ton of different news is coming out. We're going to keep you up to date with all the latest Lakers news, especially as the deadline is now about a week away, and things are really starting to pick up for the Los Angeles Lakers. But also, make sure to subscribe to the channel once again. We're going to keep you up to date with all the latest news, and the trade deadline, very close. This is the place to be for daily Lakers content. So thank you guys for your continued support. See you guys later.